Hello?
My brother,
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Thank you. And thanks for welcoming me again in your lovely show.
Yeah, I got my people here. They are waiting
Yes,
to hear from you. What is
yes.
happening today? What do you think will happen? Is
Mm.
TTM gonna defeat Kaiser Chiefs, or is Kaiser Chiefs gonna kill TTM?
I need to be very much realistic and honest on this one.
Mm,
Kaiser Chiefs has played two games.
mm,
The 1-0 against Amazulu,
mm,
courtesy of Sami Nukovic, and the other game that they played away from home,
mm,
which was a 2-1 win
mm,
against Cape Town City.
mm,
So that makes Kaiser Chiefs a team to beat currently.
mm,
Remember that when you win games, it brings confidence into the players.
mm,
So today they're playing at home in Soccer City, whereby it's their slaughterhouse.
mm,
Then okay, it's fine. They're playing a TTM team that have last won the games back then last year.
mm,
So the TTM is struggling.
mm,
There were issues that were happening in the field and off the field,
mm,
but that has put TTM in a bad space when you look at the way they are playing.
mm,
Hence, they are in the number 15,
mm,
which is just your relegation candidate.
mm.
But they are playing a team that have just welcomed their deadly striker, which is a Nukovic, a team that has just turned the corner after winning two games. So it makes a game interesting. Yes, football has not therefore. We saw when Orlando Pirates was beaten by Black Leopards at 2-0. Anything can happen. But on my own personal perspective, I don't see that happening in Kaizer Chiefs because they're just trying to get back where they belong. So I do see positive results for them. Mighty Amakosi say.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I heard you, my brother. So, do you think Gavin Hunt will change his lineup, or he gonna come back with it? Because I think the latest lineup was so very, because a lot of people are
There is
talking
a
about
there
it,
is
that no, that was nice lineup.
There is a nice saying that they always say in football that
Mm,
you never fix what is not broken. So
mm,
if
mm,
he had put two lineups or a lineup that has played two games and then they all won all the games,
mm,
there is no need for him to change it.
mm,
I personally think that he has to go for broke because
mm,
if you look at where they are now, they've got 13 points, which is in position 8.
mm,
So if they can win today, that brings them to something like 16 points, 1 point behind Orlando Pirates, their
mm,
arch rivals.
mm,
And then they can also leapfrog some other two teams. You find them maybe in position 6
mm,
from 8. So it simply shows how the DSTV Premiership is very much congested in a way that if one team wins one game, it affects 2 to 3, 4 teams. So I don't see Kaizer Chiefs losing. When you look at the qualities that they have and you look at the quality that team can assemble, there are some individual players like TTM players like your Rakales,
mm,
your Mishek Mapangures, and players like your Alfred Shamizame Dengane. That can maybe bring anything or any damage to Kaizer Chiefs, but I don't see them winning. Looking at the way Kaizer Chiefs is, you saw your Happy Marcianes of this world, your Mogos of this world, the deadly striker Nukovic. You've got a team that is just we getting way to the winning ways, getting back to the winning ways. A team that is going back to where they belong. Remember, they are a giant team, Kaizer Chiefs. So being them in position 13, 14, 15, it brings more questions to the Republic. But based on the fact that they've been winning in Africa, bringing the confidence bit by bit, it's only that game for Marisbeck, it took a lot from them when they lost, since the confidence was now back. But since after after that game, more lessons has been learned by Kaizer Chiefs. That's where you see them. They are getting to a peak of their current form with the players they have. They are turning the tables upside down now at a good time, because remember that in 2 weeks' time they will be playing Orlando Pirates, their arch rivals. So it is good to win games prior to the derby, so that when the derby arrives, then they are in a good shape, they are in a good form. So it's just a pity. I'm based in Limpopo. It's just a pity that my Limpopo team, TTM, will suffer today. But that's how football it is. Even though, like I said, there is therefore whatever maybe the fact that another Limpopo team beat a giant, maybe this can happen today. I don't see that. The least that Chakuma can try and do to stop Chiefs can be a draw, but I don't see them winning. I think Chiefs this time around, they win business, more especially that they won a game away from home against a team that is well determined, a Cape Town City team. So I don't see them getting stopped by TTM. Like I said, the least that TTM can try and do to stop Chiefs can be a draw. But if that's not the case, I see Chiefs maybe putting maybe 2 to 3 goals in Washington, Arubi, or in Brighton, Hlongos as goalposts.
So I know that you have another sports team that are playing, that maybe you can analyze those games for us. We know that this platform is for Amakos, but if you can analyze another, maybe, because this is a competition. Now we are looking for Kaizer Chiefs to win, and when Kaizer Chiefs is winning, it's overtaking some other clubs, or some other clubs, they are opening a gaps. We are talking about teams that are on top 8. Which another match do you know that maybe it could be a match that will be played?
Remember, my brother, today we've got only 2 games. We've got the log leaders, which is your mighty Mamelodi Sundowns, which is playing a Bloom Celtic, and the Chiefs and TTM. Maybe if you can, I can just maybe do some catch-ups on the game between Sundowns and Celtic. Remember, this is more like a rehearsal. When these 2 teams meet, there is always plenty things to talk about. You talk about your final. You talk about the MTN 8 when Celtic eliminated Sundowns. You talk about Celtic beating Sundowns 5-0 some time back then, 4-5 seasons back. So it's always a match that everybody wants to look at, because Celtic always plays nice when they play Sundowns. But you look at the Sundowns team quality, you look at where they are in the log, the fact that they've dropped 2 points against the arch rivals in the capital derby against SuperSport, it can make them more like a wounded lion who will try to put a gap on Moroka Swallows, because Swallows is also a team that is coming their way. They are on 25 points together, so they will try and put that gap of 3 points between by beating Celtic. But Celtic as well, any given day against Sundowns, they always give them a run for their money. So I do see a game that can be a draw of 1-1, or maybe a win for Sundowns, maybe by 1-0. I don't see plenty goals that can be scored in that game. But back to the game that everybody is looking for. The Kaizer Chiefs game. I remember that Chiefs always set a light on plenty of the South Africans due to the fact that they are a giant. They are the much loved team in South Africa. So all eyes will be on the glamorous boys, on how they can do. They can make it 3-3. Remember, they won against Amazulu. They won against Cape Town City. So people would like to see that is the Kaizer Chiefs team has they turned the tables, or is it a matter of Chiefs struggling against small teams like what we've seen when Chiefs was what we see when Chiefs was playing with teams like TS Galaxy, when you saw them drawing You saw Chiefs playing Arrows. You saw Chiefs Marisbeck. So we are yet to see whether Chiefs is gonna punish TTM in a soccer city, or it's gonna be the other way around. Like people always say, football can kill you the real death. But to my own personal perspective, with the team that I saw Chakuma playing Golden Arrows, I saw there is no venom in the team. They only played well against Sundowns when they drew not. But going forward, Chakuma is languishing down there. I don't see them coming up against Chiefs, because Chiefs have now tested victory twice consecutively or in a row. So they would like to put more on that and beat Chiefs that we know that is always challenging for owners like they used to do in the previous seasons. So I do see Chiefs going through on this one. Like I said, since this is football, anything can happen. Maybe a draw or a win for Chiefs. But I don't see TTM surprising many by beating Chiefs. I really don't see that, based on the fact that Chiefs is now playing more like a team, is now playing, all the players now have just upped their games. Players like your Manyamas and all the players, they are now upping their game in a way that they will want to try and push it for the top 4, top 5, maybe even top 3, top 2. So I see Chiefs winning or going through on this one.
There's a lot of talks out there, and then someone says the win of Kaizer Chiefs against Amazulu and Cape Town City, it was just a lucky. Chiefs are not performing well. They are not playing a football that they can maybe, they can't compete with other teams like Sundowns and Mamelodi Sundowns. You, as a sports analyzer, what can you tell us?
You know what, my brother, when you do good, there will always be people that can put negativity on that. Whenever you do something nice, people will criticize. That's how life it is. So honestly speaking, yes, Kaizer Chiefs are not yet there. They are not yet into that form that we know. They are not yet, the best of Kaizer Chiefs is yet to come. Like they are not yet into the level of Morocco Swallows, the level of maybe Orlando Pirates, the level of Sundowns, the level of SuperSport United, the level of Golden Arrows. But they are slowly getting to that level whereby there will be that Kaizer Chiefs that we know. But how do you go there? You go there, you start by winning a game. You see, they won a game 1-0, which was not lucky. It was a goal, a legitimate goal. Then the second game, they won 2-1, meaning that the third game, they can win 3-0. Then the confidence is coming back slowly but surely. And then soon, like I said, soon. Remember, we are almost 10 days to the derby now. So by the time the derby is there, Chiefs will be at that point whereby this is Kaizer Chiefs. But then how do they put that effort against Orlando Pirates on the 31st? They start by collecting points from Chakuma, collecting points all along the way, bringing the confidence back. So what I can try and say is that they didn't win by lucky. You cannot win in Cape Town by lucky, but they won away from home, whereby the Soweto teams always struggle. So I can safely say that Chiefs won convincingly against Cape Town City, and that has brought momentum on their game. And today, if they can pick up another point, it will slowly bring the Chiefs team into the Chiefs that we always know every now and then.
No, thank you, my brother. What a message can you give to Amakosi supporters out there?
I've been saying one thing since last year. Sorry, anyway, I didn't say compliments to the new season to all the glamour boys supporters out there. Like I said, the dark days will not be there forever, and now there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel. Like winning 2 games in a row is sort of a light that is coming, but we are yet to see the best of Kaizer Chiefs. But then the best of Kaizer Chiefs for us to see is for us as supporters, is for us as loving and peace people out there in the Republic, in all corners of the world, to stick behind our lovely team and say halala amakosi halala. We should bring back those teams that were there before, like your Forever Fearless, stuff like that. We need to rally behind our team and make sure that the best is yet to come in our lovely team. Thank you.
And if people they wanna follow you on social media, where they can follow you?
On social media, on Facebook, Shantie Shantie. That's where I always put my analysis. If you go there now to I think I tagged you, Jordan, on my page, on my article that I just wrote.